Hello everyone, I know it's been quite a few months since I've done an actual review of a figure, but this is one that I ordered a long time ago, and it came in a couple months ago. I planned on doing a review, but I just never really got the time to sit down and take a nice big look at it. But this is one that I was incredibly excited for, and I hope to share with you guys. This is of course the Lisa Super Action statue. This is what our box looks like, if anybody's wondering. It's a very shiny box too, compared to some of the other ones. It's just very glossy. It's like a dark blue color with the red around it. And I think it really works because that's kind of the primary colors of the figure itself. So the back of the box nicely details some of the accessories and some poses that she could do. Very nice picture of her on the side as well. Now Lisa is obviously a really nice looking figure. She does look like she does on the box at least, and does not have a too terrible face, at least in comparison to some of the other QC issues we have seen come from Medicos. One thing that could just be me, I honestly think that her blue parts are a little too blue. On the box they are a little bit darker and like more purplish, but that could just be my lighting. But it's not like I have 20 different lights all around for the setup, but that doesn't take away from anything else. I really do think they did a good color for the legs and the very striking red shoes and the scarf. It's very nice. The shoes are glossy and they just don't stand out too much, but you could see that they are very bright red and they do work and contrast well with the black leggings. It's kind of hard to see onto here, but I also really like how they sculpted the hair pieces. They put like a little bit of opening inside of the hair to show that it's like flowing kind of, and it's not just one solid slate that's just kind of hanging off of her head. So I really do like Medicos' approach to that, at least. She doesn't have an overly tan skin tone either, and she looks just as pale as I thought she would be, since in the anime and I believe in the manga too, she was a little bit on the paler side. So I think they did a really good color for that. Taking a closer look at her face, it actually looks better than I thought it did. Like up close, even in camera, it is way better looking than I kind of expected. Like they did take a long time to ship these figures out, and I know a lot of people have been getting a little bit more wonkier faces, but somehow I have managed to score pretty well in terms of QC with these Medicos figures. Now that that's out of the way, let's just take care of the accessories. And she does come with quite a few. Out of package, she has the neutral head and the two fist hands. Here's a set of open hands, and they're also all cast in a lighter pearlescent blue color. So if the paint scratches, it's probably going to be way less noticeable. She comes with a set of somewhat open hands, a nice pointing hand, and a smaller grabbing hand. The figure also includes this hand, which is the one where she's kind of holding up the red stone of Asia. It's a really neat looking accessory, and I'm definitely going to be posing her with this. She also comes with these very thin and easily breakable sunglasses. Luckily, I have not snapped them yet. Lisa also comes with a standard Super Action statue, one standard display base. The figure also comes with these two clear peg extenders. She also comes with a yelling head, which still has that very nice sculpting for the hair. Doesn't look too bad, but I don't know many people who would display their Lisa screaming. Lastly, she comes with the accessory that we're all going to be posing her with, her sunglasses head, which I gotta say looks really nice. The sunglasses are a separate piece that are glued on, and they just did a fantastic job. It just looks really flush. And since this is the WonderFest, I also got all the WonderFest parts, so I will be going over those right now. I was saving these just in case I needed them for a review or anything, but this is the Redstone of Asia necklace. It is obviously the same exact one that came with Caesar II, but if you do not have that figure, this is probably a nice way to get it, because you are getting a different character as well. So for the sake of that, I'm probably just going to keep this in the packaging. Not for any value reasons, but simply because I don't think I'm going to display her with that. Same exact things for both speech plates. I don't really see a use for these, and I don't know if I can really fit them around where I would put my Lisa figure. So these are probably just going to stay in their cases as well. I'll try to throw some translations on here for you guys. The first one that I looked at and the second one. And I do not know what this is. This is the first time I've ever gotten one of these at a WonderFest. I don't know. Whatever it is, I don't really know Japanese all too well. So I'm probably just going to leave this as well. Alrighty, now that that's taken care of, let's look at the articulation. She has the standard super action statue ball on a hinge, which allows her to look really far down, but her hair sculpt gets in the way for the up. You can swivel her head all the way around if you make room for that. Not much tilt, but it is there. Might be able to get all the way around, but her scarf definitely hinders getting her arm all the way up. Her arms can hinge up to about here. At the shoulder, you can swivel it just a bit. Her elbows can go way past 90. Because it's just kind of plugged in there, you can move her arm from side to side easily. Her hands both have the standard Medicos ball with a peg. Her scarf is oddly articulated. They're both on balls with pegs. You can remove the scarf. It's actually pretty easy to do so. So at least that's better than that snapping off. But if that ever pops out, it's easy enough just to put back in. But with it all the way in, that's as far as this one could go up. This one can go up a little bit farther, but them being on the ball pegs does allow quite a bit of movement from them. At the chest, she does have a bit of movement and can look pretty far when combined with the waist. She has really good back as well. If you're worried about the skirt piece over here, this moves, so it could get out of the way of articulation if you really want to kick her legs up. A nice amount of movement upwards. Because the legs are single jointed to make it look a little bit more smooth, you do run into a lack of backwards articulation. But ankles basically have full range of movement. She has a toe hinge, but it doesn't really go up that much. Lisa stands just under 6 inches, which is pretty in line with the character considering she's a little bit taller than the average woman. Here she is side by side with Joseph and Caesar. And again, she does look to be appropriate height in this comparison. To be completely honest, I really do think that this is a nice figure. Definitely one of the better super action statues that Medicos has released recently. So as I'm posing her, it is kind of hard to pick a really good pose, but that's not really Medicos' fault. It's kind of just the fact that Lisa doesn't have many action scenes, surprisingly. But I can try to get the ones on the box as accurate as possible for you guys. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you guys want to see more reviews, let me know. If you see any characters in that collection video that I've shown, and you have any recommendations for, like, oh, I want a review of this guy, how good is this figure, I can make a quick response. I can make a video if you guys really want me to. So, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace. お前に武器を与えねば、ワムーの誇り高い意志を汚すことになる。そこの好きな武器を選べ。この自分のマフラーで十分。そうか。では、来い。